UWC SEA East Campus and our middle school virtual tour. It's fabulous to have you joining us. My name is Erin Robinson. I'm the middle school principal, and I'm joined by our two vice principals.
Hi everyone, my name is Rachel Leonard. I'm Vice Principal for Pastoral Care. So let me show you a little bit about our campus this morning. So right over here to my left, we can see our amazing field where students have their PE classes, but also where they train with their various teams. To the far end, you can see our boarding house, currently hosting about 200 students, and it is laid over 14 floors. It's an amazing building where our boarders live happily throughout the whole year.
Hi, I'm Anne-Marie CHOW, Vice Principal of Academics. Over here you can see our plaza, the A block and B block, where most of our middle school students have their classes. Let's go ahead and head down to the plaza now. So here we are in the plaza. You can see it's an active place for everybody in our middle school, our primary school, and our high school. We can go this way to the canteen. So this is the canteen where we have lots of choices for our students to choose from. And then the tables here where we sit to have our lunch. But if you'd like something different, we can go to Santai to have some coffee, iced tea, or even frozen yogurt. So here we are in Santai where there's lots of different choices for drinks, snacks, and even an egg station in the morning. There's also choices upstairs with frozen yogurt and some cookies and snacks. So now we're in C block up on the 5th floor, and this is what we call the little pod. And it's a space where kids can hang out. Sometimes they can do work when they're working in small groups. Just down the hall this way, we have some of our math classes. And then we'll go across the bridge this way to B block. So here we are in the big pod, another space where students can work in groups or individually if they need a quiet space. More importantly, this is where Mr. Dave sits, and he solves lots of our technical problems, our computer printing problems, and helps out with lots of projects. So this B block 5th floor hallway has a lot of our middle school classes. Down this end, we have a lot of English classes, humanities classes, and down the other end, we have math classes, some grade 6 Ingham classes, and even some Chinese classes. So let's go check out one of the English classes. So you can see that we've utilized a lot of different furniture, couches, tables, desks in order for students to find the most comfortable place to do their learning. Right now, this class is doing some independent reading while their teacher's having some conferences.
All right, for the next part of our tour, we're going to focus on the visual, performing arts, the library, and design technology. I thought we could start here, where we have an art installation that was created by our grade 8 class a couple of years ago. It's a great example of the kinds of things that we do. It was a year-long project where we brought in an amazing local ceramicist who worked with our students, and then the whole middle school came together to put together the totem pole. All right, let's head over to Block A, and we'll check out some of the learning spaces. All right, so we're up here on the 6th floor. This is where art happens. And we're going to head over and check out some students that are involved in art right now. Come on. So one of the wonderful features of our middle school is all students participate in all visual performing arts and DT. And so everyone is going to be participating in classes like what we're going to see next. Let's go check it out. So now we're on the 1st floor of A block, which is the music area, as you can see. I would like to point out that in art, drama, and also in music, these of course are learning spaces for our classroom subjects, but they're also places where students participate in activities. So we've got lots of things happening where students are able to create and innovate and practice their skills and try new things out, which you'll be able to see in some performances that we'll show you in a little while. Let's go check out some of the music that's happening right now in the classrooms. of the elements of our learning program is service and sustainable development. That takes up a huge component of our middle school student learning. It happens in a variety of ways, through embedded service, which happens in Mentor Class, or our advisory program, where students in grade 6 focus on learning about migrant workers and the complexities of the systems involved with our migrant workers here in Singapore, and collecting fresh fruit for them on a weekly basis. In grades 7 and 8, they focus on composting and the environmental initiatives around composting, both with home-based composting, where families can take bins like this and collect compost over the week and bring it back to school, or through our school-based composting program, where there's composting bins throughout the campus, and it all gets composted back here. Of course, we also have other initiatives that are both campus-based, also local within our community with long-term partners, and our global services, where we are connected with long-term partners, which are NGOs around the world. So this is one of our most popular stops when we have face-to-face tours. We're down here in Design Technology, or DT. Again, all of our middle school students participate in DT from grade 6, 7, and 8, and participate in learning the design cycle and ideating and creating, and they learn resilience and how to work through trial and error. There's so much good learning that happens here. So here we are in the food lab. Again, all of our middle school students participate in food technology, and it is one of their favorite classes because they're learning how to work with food, they're learning about nutrition, getting to try their hand at different recipes, and they absolutely love the class. So we're in the Kishore Mahbubani Library now, which is a middle school and high school library. It's a refuge for our middle school students when they want to take a break, curl up, read a good book. It's also a place for classes to come. It's incredibly well-resourced, both in the books and also online through all of our digital resources and media.
So welcome, you're now on the 4th floor of our Block C, and we've got here the Spanish and French classes, and onto the other side, the Chinese classes. So this is where students come here in middle school to have their language classes. So we are now right outside our wellness center, which is located on the 3rd floor of our school. And that's the place where our students can come to have sessions with our counselors. So this is a very important part of our student support network. So we're outside the service department here, and service, as you know, is a very important part of our learning as it stands as one of our 5 elements. So the service office is where our service team is based, where students can also come to brainstorm initiatives and take part into service activities here on campus. So I'm standing right outside our clinic, which is located on the 2nd floor, which is the ground floor here on campus. So obviously the clinic is where our nurses are based, and they look after our students whenever there is a need to support them medically or with injuries, etc. So I'm standing right now just in front of our very popular climbing wall, which is used during PE classes so that students get to learn the skills of climbing, but they can also choose to do wall climbing as an activity after school. A lot of our staff members are trained and they support this activity with our students. So we are just by the pool here, which is a very important place for our swim squad. We've got a fantastic swimming program here available for our young athletes who want to join and take part in some competitions, and also part of the prestigious reputation of our swimming program here at UWC-SEA. Beyond that, of course, the swimming pool is also used by our students during their regular PE classes. So we are here in one of the 4 sports halls at our school on our UWC-SEA campus. So students come here when they're practicing lots of different sports, badminton, volleyball, basketball, during their regular PE classes, but also after school as activities. And I'd like to also mention that the gymnastics program, which is a very important program here at the school, takes place also in one of the halls right next to me. So I'm standing here outside our middle school office, which is situated on our central plaza. It's a very important part here in the life of our middle school This is where our secretaries are located, and they support students and families with any questions that they have around middle school life. It's also where our principal and my colleague vice principal have their offices.
So we've come to the last stop on our tour, which is the bus bay. This is where many of our students say goodbye for the day. And we're going to say goodbye to you as well. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.